your glass up high. Turn it up, it's time. Dog boy on the line. Everything will last. Raise your...
Welcome back to episode 257 of the Tall Boy Radio Podcast. And as we always say, who knows where it goes when the beer flows? Well, tonight it's flown to hell, and it's taking with it a few things that we're glad to see the back of. Here's one thing we're not glad to see the back of. It's Gaz. How are you doing?
And I knew that was coming my way. I'm good, dude. Evening all, evening the world. I hope you're all well out in listener land out there. Look, really looking forward to this episode. It's one of our annual treats, and lots of irrelevance, lots of fun, lots of debate. We'll never agree, but it's always fun in the end.
Indeed. Or will we agree? Will we find the one thing that the three of us absolutely cannot abide? Speaking of which, is Dave.
Oh, dearie me. Evening, everybody. Lovely to be here. I do like this episode. Adam, you said this is episode 257.
Yes.
That means it must be very near its 5th anniversary.
Very, very near.
You
indeed.
wouldn't believe how close it is, David.
Well, I can times 52 by 5, so I can't believe it. It's quite straightforward, to be honest.
So how close are we?
Oh, I don't know. About another 3.
Now, we've done a couple of bonus episodes, so we are very, very close to recording our magical 5th anniversary episode. What that will entail, I don't know. We've not planned that far ahead. But yes, you're right. February the 14th, I believe this podcast launched in 2020.
And for all you Valentine's Day lovers out there.
Indeed. What a treat for Valentine's Day that was.
Absolutely. And it still lives long in the memory.
Indeed.
How crazy is that?
That's
Since
mad.
you started this little podcast on your Todd, baking some beans on toast or something. 5 years later, and you're still doing it. That is just crazy. That is absolutely awesome.
And we love it.
Yeah, I tell you what. And people say I've got no sticking power. Well, my first wife did anyway. we could put that all into room 101. No, we won't. The divorce papers have done that for me. So here we are. Room 101. You get the concept. I get the concept. It's based on George Orwell's 1984 novel. Anything that went into Room 101 was never seen again. So tonight we're going to be picking a few things that we want to send into that room that we don't ever want to have to deal with again. We've had such horrid, unbearable things in the past try to go in there, such as Christmas presents, dogs, cats, these vile things that we have to deal with on a daily basis. So, David, you're notorious for this. Did you want to kick this one off and see what you want to send into Room 101 first?
I can't believe you're making him go first because...
Get it out of the way.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, I was driving home and thinking about this today. And just drive it. If you think about Room 101 and what you want to put in there, actually, you can get quite angry quite quickly because just on the drive home, these are just some quick notes which I'm not putting in, but there was cars with main beam headlights on, not turning them off. There's outdoor Christmas tree lights, idiots on bikes with no lights, reflective gear or anything. There was vape shops. There was dog crapping on the side of the path and cats running out in front of me. That's just the drive home. How angry could you get if you thought about this stuff too much?
Dogs and cats. You see, dogs and cats. Again. It's an annual thing with him.
It is. He hates them.
But okay, I've got two things.
Outdoor Christmas lights, Dave. Outdoor Christmas lights. What's all that about? Surely you need outdoor Christmas lights.
No. That's not what I'm putting in. I'm not putting that in because that's just a given.
Do you mean outdoor Christmas lights on your house or on a tree or on decorations or just what do you mean?
Christmas lights that are outdoor.
So on your house?
Well, yeah, outdoor on your house in the town centre.
He's not having it, is he? He's not having it.
That's not what I'm putting in because I'm going to lose that with you two anyway.
Yeah, you would have lost that. Yeah, you would. Yeah. Just to make it clear, you'd have lost that. Yeah. If you see how close, then absolutely, you'd have definitely lost that.
Right, I'm going to go for the one that might cause the most debate first. Okay, I'm going to have to bend the rules very, very slightly because I want to put this in for 1 year only. Okay.
I'm not sure that's room or not, but okay. Well, tell us what it is, and then we'll make a decision.
Okay, it's the Premier League football, one season only.
I'm not having that.
Well,
Do you want me to tell you why?
Yeah, go on, explain why.
Okay, so the premise is that you've been Premier League football for one season, and all those spectators that went to watch the matches have to go and watch another match in levels 2 to 7. So that's Championship, League One, League Two, English National League, and then the 2 divisions below that, the Northern and Southern. And all of the TV generated revenue that would have gone to the Premier League gets distributed equally amongst all the other clubs. What that would mean, very roughly, with my finger in the air calculations, is that each club below the Premier League would get an average of almost 6,000 extra spectators every week, which when you add that to all the extra revenue that they would get from dividing all the other money, they'd all get about 15 million quid over one season. That's every 116 clubs below the Premier League all getting 14, 15 million quid for one season only. Just think of the transformation that would make for the football, for grassroots, for fans, for supporters, forever, just from that one season.
I'm not against it.
He makes a valid point.
He does.
And actually, am I against it?
One season only. Just one season, but the good that would do.
Right. Okay. I'm not against it. And you've made a very, very, very valid point. And I'd love to see All-Sage to town with £15 million and just see where I go.
We're not quite in the top 7.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're in the top 7 flights.
But
think of all the good football people who get to watch.
What would happen? Dave, you make a very valid point. What would happen to all of the superstars? So, like your Cole Palmer, your Mo Salah. What would happen to all them? Do they all then go abroad and then the Premier League in the following year becomes shit? Or
no, they just
live off their wages for a year and just crack on.
Yeah, they could just park it, take a bit of a cut of the wages, and just take a year out. They're already complaining they're playing too many games anyway. Take a year out.
Literally take a year off. That's it. Just done.
Yeah. To be honest, the one thing with this one, for me, is it doesn't perhaps cover it off in terms of it's just 1 year. That's my issue with it. The problems of the Premier League and what it's doing to football, yeah, you can address it for 1 year, but then for the next
cyclical, it comes back again, and then you
next 100 or so years, that money's only going to go so far. Yes, they can do some good with it, but my fear is
it sustainable?
Well, it isn't sustainable because it's never going to happen, is it? Let's be realistic. But the likes of the Man Cities, irrespective of their income, will spend what they want anyway. That isn't going to change. It's not solving the problem of the Premier League. And listen, as an Arsenal fan, as one of those sides that are up there, one of the ultra rich sides who are competing allegedly for silverware. I should be one of those people against it. I'm not. I get as frustrated as you do by what you're saying, and yeah, I'll go and watch Stoke City with my daughter, and I really, really enjoy it. And when she says which football side should she support, I won't tell her Arsenal like I should do as an Arsenal fan. I tell her no, watch Stoke City because that's where it's at. It's grassroots football, and not only that, you get to watch live football week in, week out. Whereas traveling down to Arsenal is not something that's doable.
I think that the average day out for a Premier League football game now is 100 quid.
Easy.
So then you're talking about, I want to take, people know, listener land out there, a couple of daughters. Yeah, okay, they're older now. My eldest is actually into football now and really enjoys it. So if I was to take my eldest, you're talking about a couple of 100 quid. So you're talking 2 match day tickets and then, a couple of beers and then transport there, transport back. It's expensive. It is expensive.
And cheap day out.
Can you do that at lower level? And, would it certainly wouldn't be 200 quid if I went talking to Stoke, for a wet Tuesday night in the middle of Stoke or whatever the phrase was. I can't remember what the phrase was back in the day.
Live like a king in Stoke for 200 quid, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what, Dave? I'm actually not against that. I'm actually all right with that. I think. I think if I knew it was coming back the following year, and I could do that. I don't think it's sustainable, obviously, year on year on year on year. But I think for that 1 year sabbatical, give the lower league teams an opportunity to finance themselves, make themselves financially viable for the next X, Y, or Z years. You make a good point, Dave.
Yeah, let's throw it in for 1 year only then.
I'm going to agree with him. Actually, you look. People out there in listener land will know I'm a massive sports fan. I love my football. I love my football and other sports. But for the benefit of all of those feeder clubs and grassroots and everything that Dave said, I'm gonna agree with him. Chuck it in there, dude. Chuck it in there.
For me, it doesn't solve the long-term problems. It only solves them for 12 months.
Well, we can chuck it in again in 2025.
It doesn't, though, Ad. It doesn't. I mean, it won't cure the problem of the Premier League long term, no. But if you've got these lower league clubs, the Kidderminster Harriers, the Chester, the Buxton, the Alfreton Town, the Scunthorpe United, getting a one-off 15 million quid and an extra 6,000 people watching every home game for a season, that's changing for generations.
Yeah, it's not just a 1 year thing, is it? That is a generational thing, and that football, Alfreton Town or whoever we used to play in the bloody Derby League or whatever it was, you know, they from going out of existence are now financially sustainable for the next 20 years, 30 years, or whatever. So,
do you know what? Might not solve it long term, but it solves it for 12 months.
Chuck it in.
I'm on board. Let's
get
it
Dave, that's impressive. That you've won us over there, dude.
That may be the first one.
Is that your first actually win? I was literally going to say, yeah.
I thought I'd go big.
It might be your first, but it'll almost certainly be your last. Gaza?
Right. So my first is, well, it's threefold, really. Ticketmaster, resale sites, dynamic ticket pricing. Budget off. Yeah. What is all that about? Seriously, I can pay for a ticket that's 80 quid, but it's not 80 quid because it's now 110 quid or 120 quid. Or I can look for a ticket on Ticketmaster. There are other sites available. And I can't get one. Yet literally 5 minutes later, I can find it on subsidiary ticket sites at like double the cost. Behave yourself. Surely behave yourself.
You've hit the nail on the head, dude. Yes, there are other ticket sites available, but guess what?
Ticketmaster.
They got a frigging deal with them all. And you got to pay through the nose to get your tickets. Yeah, I hate this.
It absolutely does my fudging fruiting. We're all sports fans and music fans and this, that. When you're gigging or when you go into live events, NFL for us, as an example, and we're looking for tickets, and we were really lucky this year that we tried to get tickets via the normal ticketing process. We couldn't. I jumped on, but who was it? Did I get it via? Was it StubHub or something? StubHub, yeah. And we did pay more than the face value. So all of a sudden, you're thinking like, it's just not right. For me, fundamentally, it's not right. And I know that the politicians are all over this dynamic pricing, and a ticket that's worth 70 quid actually isn't worth 70 quid because loads of people want it. So now actually you've got to pay 90 quid for it, or 100 quid for it, or whatever, or however that dynamic pricing works. For me, just make the tickets available and don't rip us off and say there's no tickets available, but actually they then appear on resale sites. And that's not people buying them and then putting them on resale sites. That's effectively Ticketmaster saying, no, I haven't got any available, and then providing those tickets to their subsidiary sites to sell at a profit. 100%. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
No, and it happens. It's sold out in 3 minutes, but available on StubHub.
Yeah, exactly. How can that happen?
Yeah.
How, to me, fundamentally, that's wrong. What you're doing is you're ripping people off.
Yeah.
And that frustrates me.
They monopolize the market as well, don't they, to be honest with you? Because let's face it, yes, like you say, other ticket sites are available. But if you're looking for tickets, you go to Ticketmaster.
It's Ticketmaster.
That's where you go. It's Ticketmaster.
And it is utterly, utterly frustrating, isn't it, Dave?
No, I think it's a great app. You buy tickets really easily. Your tickets are on your phone. You can transfer them to somebody else's phone. Show your phone when you get there into the venue. Dead simple, dead easy. Supply and demand dictates pricing. Job done. It's a great thing.
No.
It doesn't know.
It doesn't though, does it?
It doesn't know.
The pricing is dictated by the evil overlords in charge of Ticketmaster, probably Bill Gates.
No, it's supply and demand. Because if nobody bought them, the prices wouldn't go up, would they?
They buy them.
They buy them, and that's my point. And it's not. And I take your concept, Dave, and effectively, did I do economics? I probably did back in the day at some point, probably very poorly. But I appreciate you.
That doesn't necessarily help your argument, by the way.
No, but I appreciate. Thanks. I appreciate your concept of supply and demand and this and the other, but it's not the supply and demand. It's Ticketmaster. It isn't, because it's Ticketmaster boxing off. It isn't. It's
okay. Well, if no fans bought the tickets, what would the prices be?
No, but it's not that, Dave. There are fans paying those prices. But what Ticketmaster are doing is they're saying, as a company, we're going to restrict those tickets. Mm-hmm. And as a company, not individuals and not supply, as a company, we're going to say we're sold out. But what we're actually doing is we're not sold out, because we've actually given 5,000 or 10,000 tickets to our subsidiary partner that actually is a part of our company, who are going to provide those tickets, and people are going to buy them an additional price. It's fundamentally wrong.
Supply and demand, though. It's still supply and demand. If people don't pay the higher prices, they wouldn't do it.
It's control and supply.
It's fundamentally wrong.
Managed demand. That for me is the issue on this one.
So are we going to take a vote then? I'm chucking it in there. Room 101, bin it off.
I'm with you on this one, dude.
Get in. Woo! That's my first one in. I'm 1 out of 1. Dave, 1 out of 1.
I don't know when you're going to buy your tickets from then next time.
Ticketmaster, probably.
Yeah, probably Ticketmaster, because we haven't got any choice. We don't have any say in the matter. We will.
Other ticket sites are available.
Yeah.
Although I can't name one.
No, I can't name one, and they also are. Probably.
Yeah, they're probably subsidiaries to Ticketmaster anyway. Yeah,
it's some form of cartel. No, I'm making accusations now. Like,
come on, Adam. What are you putting in?
Right. In the past, I've wanted to put spiders in there. You guys have said no. Spiders are a fundamental part of the ecosystem.
Correct. They are absolutely 100%.
Okay. I've taken
cockroaches is next.
No. I've taken what you've said on board. I'm going to put people who don't like me killing spiders into room 101. I despise them. I'm absolutely terrified of them.
Why are you terrified of them?
I own a gun which fires salt and destroys them, absolutely wipes the bastards out from a distance. And I even paid the extra 15 quid to get a laser pointer put on the end of it so I could shoot them from a distance, because I hate spiders.
Why?
That much. I don't like them. They scare me.
Why do they scare you? Have you seen arachnophobia? Is that what it was as a kid?
I have seen arachnophobia. Didn't help me.
Yeah. Well, but the spiders that you get in the UK are not venomous, dude.
It's not a fear of death that I have.
So what is it then?
They make me uncomfortable.
Why?
They scare me, dude. I'm terrified. I don't like the way they move. We're getting away from it, though. Exactly that. If that doesn't make you uncomfortable, nothing will. So spiders themselves, I like to kill them, and I will kill them on a daily basis if they present themselves within my home, within my premise, and I'm not too scared not to get too close to them. But what I don't like is people who tell me that I shouldn't be doing that I should not be killing them. It's for me, that's my decision. They make me feel uncomfortable. I want to be able to kill them, and I don't want to be judged for killing them.
But they are a really, really, really important part of our ecosystem.
I'm not saying they're not, but me killing about 20 of them in a year, or maybe a few more.
But Adam, weren't you very much into Buddhism in an earlier life? No pun intended.
Well, yes, I had more than a passing interest in Buddhism. I did, and was vegetarian, but never ate a spider, to my knowledge.
You will
killing.
Yeah, but you eat a couple of spiders in your lifetime, don't you? Something. Look, allegedly.
Listen, the Dalai Lama himself collected pocket watches, which he himself recognizes is not part of the Buddhist principle. So if the Dalai Lama can say, you know what, I can desire a pocket watch, and I recognize that desire leads to unhappiness, then maybe I can just recognize that it's okay to kill spiders.
I see. I don't get how it can be okay to kill something that you could just as easily pick up and throw outside.
I can't pick it up, David. I can't pick it up. I can't. I'm terrified of it. I can't go anywhere near it.
I'll just leave it then.
I can't leave.
It's not going to affect. It's not going to.
I know it's in the house.
It's not going to negatively affect your existence.
You need to walk a mile in my shoes. Ignore the fact there might be a size or two too big, but you need to walk a mile in my shoes and respect them. Spiders do bother me.
I respect the spiders bother you, but I don't think that you should go around needlessly killing them.
They're not. It's not needless though. You're missing the point. It's not needless.
They're not going to procreate so that they overtake your house.
I cannot sleep if I know there's a spider in my house. I need to know it's dead.
Well, I'm not being funny. You'll never sleep again because, with the greatest respect, there's probably fudging hundreds of spiders in your house every night you go sleep.
I tell you what, I'm good with that gun. To be fair, it's a laser gun. I can't really miss.
I'm going to deny your room 101 for that.
Come on.
I think I might cut Adam some slack because there's as much as I disagree with the needlessly killing of anything other than flies.
Okay.
Then Adam's got a genuine fear that does affect his life and his mental health and his state of mind. And if the alternative is to that have a serious impact on
pretty irrational, though, isn't it?
It doesn't matter. It's real. So I'm actually I'm going to say that it's not right to criticize Adam for killing spiders for his own peace of mind. Therefore, I'm going to agree with Adam, but at the same time, because I've already said that, I'm not actually going to go in myself. You are, Gaz.
So I'm in room 101. Is that what you're
That's true. He agrees with me, so I'm not putting him in room 101.
You're putting me in?
Putting you in there.
See you, Gaz.
Yeah.
See you later.
That's it. Gaz is in. Gaz is in.
That's it.
Hey, oh, he's
in. And for those 250, however many episodes, I thank you out there, and I will never see you again. I wish you good luck and country number 73 or 4 or whatever it may be. I'll see you never.
The glorious nation of North Korea watches you.
Welcomes me.
Watches you ascend into room 101 during this burning pyre. Dave, do you have another one for us?
I do. Now, either of you ever seen the Michael McIntyre sketch around passwords?
No.
So this is around password complexity, and the sketch is very funny. And he says that we were all told to set a password, so we all picked a word, we typed it in, and we were happy that was our password. And then one day, up popped a message: so we need to change that password. We need to have at least one capital letter. So we all went ahead and made the first letter uppercase. We were all happy. A little while later, it says you've got to add a number. So we all went ahead and put number 1 at the end. And for a while, we were happy. And then it came along with these special characters. And we thought, what are these special characters? But we all went ahead and put an exclamation mark at the end of our password. And when he says it, it's obviously funny, not when I'm saying it. But
it's all about delivery, isn't it, Dave?
Well, I'm doing brevity for time as well.
It's the way I tell him.
But the concept of these complicated passwords, and it gets more and more ridiculous when it says it has to be at least 12 letters long, and this, that, and the other thing. You have to have a number, an uppercase, a lowercase, special character. And in my work, it impacts us because there's a difference between password security and password complexity. And what happens is you make it more complex, so people are then forced to write it down because they can't remember it. So it becomes less secure, not more secure. Yeah. So I just think we should bin overly complex passwords and just keep it simple, a basic level of variety, but
Dave,
the overcomplication.
Yeah. Password Dave 1.
Username Dave C. Password Dave C.
No. David.
Yeah. David.
David since 2013. Previous, that was his password before.
Username David. Password Dave. Is that what you said, Dave?
I want to put in overly unnecessary complicated password.
If he's hacked tomorrow, it's your fault.
Yeah, his whole organization comes down.
Yeah, because you gave away his password on a podcast.
Yeah. David, password Dave.
Yeah, problem solved.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
You enjoy it, do you? You enjoy your minimum of 12 characters with uppercase, lowercase,
Yeah, 12 is ridiculous.
Non-repeating characters.
12 is ridiculous. I would say 8. If I'm honest, I would say 8 with at least one uppercase, one lowercase, one number, and that's it.
Okay, no, it's getting complicated now, isn't it?
But everybody uses derivatives of the same password. So if you know a standard password, you can sort of guess the derivative of that. And as Dave said, if you just capitalize the first letter, you might change the last number or the last letter, or you might add an exclamation mark. No, Dave is right.
Oh no, there was. I think it was it LinkedIn? They had a load of their passwords leaked, and basically the people who nicked all the passwords and they were emailing, basically saying, "I've got a video of you wanking online." Okay. I have, but that's something he sent me personally the other day. But no, and they were sending people emails saying, "We've got videos of you wanking. This is your choice in pornography, and I know that because this is your password." And it's one they've taken from LinkedIn. But the bottom line is, people use the same password for everything. So everyone looks at it and thinks, "Fuck, that is my password for Pornhub as well. I'm in trouble." You know what I mean? So
other porn sites are available.
They are, yeah. They're not as good, but yeah. But that's a true story, you know what I mean? And that is coming from that level of complexity that we're asked to come up with in terms of our password.
But fundamentally we are very simple beings.
Oh, 100%.
And you will not have a complex password for this and a complex password for that and a complex password for that.
No.
What you'll have is the same complex password for A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
So if you know what your complex password for that is, you can pretty much guarantee it's going to be the same for that, and that, or potentially a derivative. So it might be a capitalized first letter or a lowercase first letter, capitalized last letter, etc., etc. So
what about fingerprints, Dave? Can we not use fingerprints or that kind of biotechnology?
Well, you can for a lot of things, but a lot of people don't have devices that have fingerprint readers on them.
What about people without fingers?
Correct. How do they get on?
Struggle on porn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it's a good point. They're missing the trick, them lads.
Is it?
I don't know. Let's move on. So in terms of passwords, are you willing to put passwords into room 101, guys?
No. Passwords need to remain, and they don't need to go in room 101.
It's unnecessary password complexity that's going in, not passwords themselves.
Okay. Okay. Unnecessarily complex passwords, I'll chuck in room 101 then. But I do understand the need for complex passwords, if that makes sense.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on this one. Gaza, do you want to chuck your second one in there?
Right. So my second one is, when you sort of there's lots of an increase in purchasing online and home deliveries and all that and the other. Why the fucking hell can't companies tell me a 2-hour window that they're going to deliver? We will deliver your package from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously, you have planned your route. You know when you're going to deliver my package. Just give me a 2-hour window. Don't give me an 8-hour window that you're going to deliver. I don't understand why companies can't do that. Every single company that I know of and people that work for these companies have their routes planned. So they know when they are at your house, give or take. So why can't they give you a 2-hour? We'll deliver between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. We'll deliver between 10 a.m. and midday. Why do they have to turn around and say, we'll deliver any time between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m.?
I mean,
really?
It's not good enough, that is it?
I don't understand it. So delivery companies that give those windows, bin them off, dude.
Yeah.
It does my fruiting.
I can't argue with that one, dude. I can't. To be honest, I got a text off my neighbour the other day saying, like, "Thank you for taking the chairs in," and I said, "What are you on about?" It was your wife. Your wife. Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah. Your wife said, "Thank you for taking the chairs."
Yeah, but it wasn't you, was it?
It wasn't me.
No.
No, I was like, I'm at my mum's. I don't know what you're on about.
You told me about that. That's quite funny.
Yeah. But to be fair, again, it's that sort of thing. It's like, well, if you knew, you know what I mean. There's a degree of flexibility within our work that we can be in for.
We can be in for a couple of hours.
2 hour window, maybe.
But we could. But I got with not in my work, but I don't. Other people, Jenny or you or whoever, you can turn around and say, if I know it's going to be delivered between 8 and 10 or 10 and midday, I can be here. What I can't do is take the whole day off work.
Yeah.
And then it gets delivered at 5:58 in the evening. You're like, oh, you're absolutely kidding me.
Nothing worse. When they give you that and you think, do you know what? I hope it comes before 10 because I've got stuff to do after that.
Correct.
You guarantee it's coming at 5:30.
100%. And you've just sat around all day and it arrives like 5 minutes before they close the window. I don't understand, because all these companies, they plan their routes.
Yeah.
The people that I've spoken to, other delivery companies are available, DPD, Amazon, all that. They know the route they're going.
Indeed. Dave looks like a capitalist who's going to get on board with these companies.
Well, actually, I know that I've got a shocking memory, but I thought I put this in room 101 12 months ago. And I've just had a look at room 101 from TBR 205, and it says this year's offerings are Christmas presents, lack of accountability for cats, vaping, checked, delivery schedule windows.
Oh, there you go. You see?
Oh,
it's already in there.
I apologize. Oh God, I need to think. Does that mean I've got to go to my number 3 choice?
Go on. I'll chuck one out there, and then you can go to number 3. We'll discount that one. Jelly babies.
What?
Jelly babies. Don't like them. Don't get the point of jelly babies. I love sweets. I love confectionery. I love Haribo. I love chocolate. I love biscuits.
So why don't you like jelly babies?
They don't do
Stitch your teeth.
No. Well, they do a little bit, but there's nothing to them. There's no substance. Not only is there no substance to them, they're just pointless.
They're just a little sugar bomb, aren't they?
You're 100% right. So most confectionery has something in there that's actually okay for you. But for the most part, no. Jelly babies, no, they are absolutely terrible for you. There's nothing in there that's good for you. They will raise your insulin in your system. They're just pure sugar and absolutely no good for you. They're invented in 1864. And do you know what they're originally called?
Sugar bombs.
Unclaimed babies. That was their original name. What a genius bit of marketing that was. Yeah.
Here, folks.
Yeah.
Why don't you eat some unclaimed babies?
Exactly. And then they recognized it wasn't the best name. They rebranded it in 1914 to Peace Babies. I mean, it's no better, is it? Let's be honest.
Not really.
No. But did you know they all have their own names as well, by the way? Jelly babies.
Every single one.
Yeah,
it's a lot of names. It's a lot of jelly babies.
No. So the red ones are called Brilliant. Yeah. The yellow ones are called Bubbles. Baby Bonnie is the pink ones. Yeah. Big Heart is the purple. Can't even pronounce what the green was. I can't read my handwriting. And Bumper is the orange. And they contain gelatin, which is made from pork or beef. So we're killing animals needlessly to put in these sweets.
Mm-hmm.
And
Muslims can't eat them.
Muslims cannot eat them. No. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know.
Well, it's gelatin, isn't it? So Muslims can't. So things like that, Tangfastic and all that, they can't eat.
We'll send them out to the previous Assad regime. That'll teach them. So in terms of jelly babies, do not like them. Can't see the point of them.
I'm not putting them in, dude. I don't mind them, so I'm not putting them in. No way.
Why?
No.
Why?
No, because I like them. You don't. I do. So.
Good luck in your next one.
I'm afraid I'm with Gaz on this one. I like them particularly when I'm out on a long walk. A good source of a quick burst of energy to keep you going.
They're not though, because it causes a sugar crash afterwards. And do you know what annoys me most about jelly babies?
You just keep eating more sugar though.
No, my wife knows I hate them. And she will always bring bloody jelly babies back from the shop.
So she can eat them and you don't.
Exactly.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
I should be putting her in here. Really, actually, no, I shouldn't. Love you, Kim. Go on, guys. Put your final one in there.
Right. So my final one, and it is possibly slightly controversial, is the smell of weed. I'm not necessarily saying from a medicinal point of view you shouldn't have it.
Yes.
But it's the smell of it. Dude, it absolutely hums. And it doesn't just hum in certain areas. It hums all over the place. I drive to work and I open up the site first thing in the morning. And the road that I drive down stinks of weed. I went on holiday and I went to New York and it stinks of weed. You go to London and it stinks of weed. And it's just like, it's everywhere.
Dude.
And I don't mind. Well, I do mind because it's illegal. But I don't mind using weed. I have personally, just putting that out. But people use weed. If that's the case, fine, and medicinal, and I get that, and all of that, CBD, all of that, I get it. But the smell of it, it absolutely hums.
If there's one smell I really enjoy in this world, you know what it is?
It's not weed.
It is, dude.
It can't be.
I fucking love the smell
It's
of it.
horrible.
I love the smell of it.
It's
No.
horrible, dude.
It reminds me of
Thickly
really
sweet. No,
hoppy beer.
No, dude, no.
Yeah, what's this?
No, you're just wrong.
Not well. It's part of the same.
No, don't say well. You're just wrong.
It's the same genus of plants as hops.
You
that
are
put in
wrong.
Beer. So I don't think you can enjoy a good beer and not enjoy.
That's not weed.
Not good enough beer, then, dude.
That's not weed. It stinks. It absolutely hums, and I get people use it for various reasons and all of that. Just get rid of the smell. If people want to use it and people want to, get high on it or use it for medicinal purposes,
Love the smell.
Fine. Just get rid of the smell. It absolutely hums.
Dave?
I quite like the smell, actually. Sorry, guys.
Seriously?
It's a pleasant smell.
It really isn't.
It's
It isn't.
smell.
You walk around New York, you're like, this place hums.
If you'd been to New York before they legalized weed, it stunk of piss. So it's an improvement.
I was about to say there's a lot worse smells.
There isn't. It's horrible, dude. It's horrible. I can't stand it. Just like you can't stand jelly babies, I can't stand the smell
the
of
jelly
weed.
babies didn't go in, dude. You're not making a very persuasive argument.
Yeah, but you didn't like them. I don't like weed, so there you go.
Jelly babies and weed on a level. So that's it. We're not putting them in. Less controversial this year. Less controversial, I would suggest. But that's it. That's our New Year episode wrapped up. Next week, we're going to be back and we're going to be looking at North Korea. That's what we're going to be doing. Dave looks confused with a recorded amount of orders. So, Dave, would you like to say your goodbyes to our listeners?
Yeah, always a good bit of fun with Room 101. So this is the penultimate. Is this the last episode of 2024?
This is the final episode of 2024 that we're releasing. We've got to record one tomorrow night, which is the previous episode to this.
Okay, keeping on track. Wow, this is the last one going out. Hope you've all enjoyed 2024, folks, and see you in 2025.
Indeed. Gaza?
Yeah, echo what Dave said. 2024 has been a hoot and a blast, and we've invited like loads of newbies to us. We've added country listeners. Really looking forward to what 2025 has to hold for TBR, and can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Indeed. Quite right. Like you say, we've added quite a few new countries. We've had a lot of new guests as well that we added in 2024. We didn't make the 34 that we made from the previous year. We've added 32 new.
Close.
Yeah.
Close.
We had a couple of people that didn't turn up. We would have equaled it if it wasn't for those little rascals. But hey ho, that's just the way it goes. We'll see you on the flip side, guys. Take care.